Welcome students, we are back with another lesson. In this lesson we'll discuss the composition of the nucleus. So what are the particles inside your nucleus? So our question goes, define the various terms used to describe the nuclear composition. So if we look at the atom, we know the atom has a nucleus. Fine, so let's focus on this nucleus. So our first term is your nucleons. The protons and the neutrons present in the nuclei of an atom are collectively known as nucleons. So inside this atom you have a nucleus. Inside this nucleus you have protons, which is denoted by this red balls, and neutrons, which are denoted by this yellow balls. So inside the nucleus you have protons and neutrons. Now the protons and the neutrons together make the nucleus, therefore they are known as your nucleons. So nucleon means it can be a proton, it can be neutron. Basically it means anything which is inside the nucleus. So any particle which is inside the nucleus are known as your nucleons. Next is your atomic number. The number of the protons in the nucleus is called the atomic number of the element. It is denoted by capital Z. So now let's look inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus you have protons. Now how many protons are there inside the nucleus of an atom? The number of the protons are known as your atomic number. So it is denoted by capital letter Z. So let's take this example. In this case, our nucleus has 1 proton, 2 proton, 3 proton. So in this case, the value of Z equals to 3. So here, Z equals to 3. Now the next one, the total number of protons and the neutrons present inside the nucleus is called as mass number of the element, and it's denoted by capital A. So in this case, let us again look inside the nucleus. Now inside the nucleus, how many elements you have? You have a neutron and you have a proton. This proton and the neutrons collectively known as your nucleons. So how many nucleons are inside this nucleus? This gives us the total mass number, and it is denoted by capital A. So in our picture, for this case, count how many protons you have. You have 1 protons, 2 protons, 3 protons, which is denoted by the atomic number. Next, count the number of neutrons. You have 1 neutron, 2 neutron, 3 neutron, 4 neutron. So in this case you have 4 neutrons and 3 protons. So in total how many elements are there? There are 7. So in total you have 3 protons and 4 neutrons. Therefore the number of particles or the number of nucleons inside the nucleus is how much? 7, which is denoted by your mass number capital A. So to summarize, I can write down the number of protons inside the atom is denoted by capital Z. Right? So if there are Z protons inside the atoms, then how many electrons should be there? Now to know the number of the electrons in the atom, what we have to do is, first we have to consider, or first we have to assume that our atom is stable. Okay, if I say atom is stable, it means the atom is neutral. If I say neutral, means it does not has any charge. Clear? But inside this atom you have nucleus. Inside the nucleus you have a proton, and protons are positively charged. Now in order to neutralize this charge, you have to introduce an electron. An electron is a negatively charged. So when you introduce an electron, so from here we can conclude that in order to make an atom stable, you should have a positive as well as a negative charge, which will make them in total a neutral atom. Therefore you will have a stable atom. Therefore for one proton there must exist a one electron. Is that clear? So this means, look in this picture, if you have one proton inside the nucleus, then you have a one electron revolving around this nucleus. Similarly, if you have two protons inside the nucleus, then there should be two electrons revolving around the nucleus. Therefore, the number of the protons and the number of the electrons should be equal in order to keep this atom neutral, or I can say in order to keep this atom stable. Thus, the number of the electrons in atom is also equals to Z. The next one is the number of the nucleons. The number of the nucleons inside this atom means how many particles are there inside the nucleus, which is denoted by the mass number capital A. So in this example you have 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So in total the mass number A equals to 4. So the number of nucleons inside the nucleus equals to 4, which is also denoted with the mass number capital A. The next one is the number of the neutrons inside the atom. So how many neutrons are inside the atom? How to calculate this one? If you know the total number of the particles, the total number of the nucleons inside the nucleus is capital A, and the total number of the protons inside the nucleus is capital Z, then how many neutrons will be there? It will be A minus Z. That means out of this total number of the nucleons, remove the number of the protons, the remaining number will give us the number of the neutrons. So the number of the neutrons in an atom can be written as N equals to A minus Z, where this N is the number of neutrons, A is your mass number, Z is your atomic number. Fine. So that's it for today's class. Thank you. And if you have any confusion, please feel free to ask. I will re-explain it to you again. So again, thank you.